Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Nux, coming back with this summer's Holy Grail War. Now, which 7 characters can fit the 7 classes best in my personal favorite, most fun video of the season, even though it doesn't get more or less any views. Aside from my subscribers, God bless you guys. But it's freaking fun, and I'll be doing it nonetheless. Of course, before I begin, I have to mention the rules, or else you'll say I cheated. I'm only mentioning 1 character per series, meaning if ReZero has a great Saber and a great caster, and I think the Saber's better, or I just don't have another great Saber, I will be picking the Saber and not the caster, even if the caster may be better than the other caster that I actually choose. If you didn't understand exactly what I said, listen to it again slowly, and it'll make sense. If you did, then you know me well. Also, of course, don't forget to leave your Holy Grail War of the season below. And I will also be commenting the 7 names of the 7 servants in the comment section. Like the comment with the name of the servant that you think would win the Holy Grail War, so that next season, when I start my next one, I can list you the victor. This list is especially fun to make as I get to talk about my favorite characters of the season. Now, how often do I get the chance to talk about my favorite characters? Let's begin, ladies and gentlemen, with Saber. Yes, it's Guts. You all knew that it was coming. He's from Berserker 2016. He's freaking awesome. That's why he's here. I don't care that the animation is subpar in my personal opinion. I don't care that the storyline was executed rather poorly by this dipshit of a studio. The point is, Guts is freaking awesome. In this season alone, he managed to take down an angel, a demon, and literally everyone else, including armies and stuff, with a freaking massive sword that he swings like it's paper. I love the guy. Freaking awesome, amazing development, a manga that is possibly the best of all time, and guys, he is a freaking badass, and at the top of my top epic swordman list that I released about a year ago. I'm just gonna mention some honorable mentions really fast so you don't get pissed at me. That red-haired bitch from Nejimaki, you know, the one with the 2 swords that can kill everybody, she just doesn't do anything, so I can't think of a noble phantasm, whereas Guts doesn't. You don't know. No, but he'll get the Berserker armor in the next arc coming next spring, and oh boy, is that gonna be epic, I hope. Also, Krush from ReZero. Epic air sword thing going on there. And I'm going to mention Kanda Yu from D Gray Man just because he had some amazing backstory development thing going on here. But no one could beat Guts because he's freaking awesome. Honestly, I didn't expect anyone to. For my archer this season, I have Soray from the incredibly animated Tales of Zexteria, made by Ufotable, the greatest animating studio ever. I don't know why they only adapt games into anime, but they do such a beautiful job, I almost can't complain. I look at the water in this show and I'm like, oh my god, it's better than our water. That's not the point. Why is he Archer? He teams up with his best friend, who's honestly a better character than him, and that's a noble phantasm if I've ever seen one. It could make Saber's Excalibur weep in comparison to the epicness and animation that went into this shot. Hey, they're both animated by the same studio, except one's 5 years newer. Go Soray. For my Lancer, ladies and gentlemen, I was definitely gonna pick Daryun. Like, I had that set in stone the entire season, and then when I watched the 4-episode 7 Deadly Sins, I was like, wait a second. Yeah, you can't really count it as a series because it's only 4 episodes, but then again, Arslan Senki's 2nd season was only 8, so screw Daryun, we're putting on King. Even more badass, if possible. I mean, the guy's spirit flies around, it can turn into a giant teddy bear, cool ice's stand from JoJo's, and a freaking cool pillow. He can also turn whatever it stabs to stone and turn into a zillion knives. I mean, freaking epic, eh? For a noble phantasm, he could do what he did at the end of the 1st season, and I don't really want to ruin it, so I don't want to tell you what that is. However, find me a support character with as much development and backstory as this guy this season, and honestly, I will be impressed. I love King. Maybe not my favorite character of the 7 Deadly Sins, but definitely up there. Oh, and did I mention he's a freaking badass with that spear when he gets pissed? Oh, I did mention that. Well, in that case, you heard it twice, for emphasis. As for my rider, ladies and gentlemen, Benio from Twin Star Exorcist. People, Twin Star Exorcist is not an amazing show. Not by any stretch of the imagination. However, that one moment where she freaking got her noble phantasm, if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about, and you also probably think it was epic, and if you didn't watch the show, you're like, well, tell us, Knox. Well, I don't spoil stuff, even though there's not much to spoil in this series, being that it's not amazing. It's not bad, and it's going to be getting 50 episodes, so I suggest you hop on it now if you want to ever catch up. That was freaking awesome. Ryder's abilities, as you know, speed, more or less, not necessarily riding anything, and Benio fits the bill so perfectly, especially in that one fight versus Yuto. Freaking epicness. For my caster, ladies and gentlemen, we have, you guys all saw it coming, Mob from Mob Psycho 100, a show made by the creator of One Punch Man, except this one was adapted by Bones. Yes, I know you probably think, hey, the animation looks weird, but that's honestly how the guy drew it, so I think they did an amazing job, a spectacular job in fact. Totally different style animation than One Punch Man, but you can really tell how similar they were. Mob is definitely heads and shoulders above everyone else in raw power. And while it's more serious than One Punch Man, being that it is possible for him to freaking get hurt or lose a fight, it is also epic in the same proportions. Well, or almost the same. Mob Psycho is a really great show, and I'm really enjoying it. Mob is freaking awesome. Even though he's a spineless little shit, it doesn't make a difference. He's freaking awesome, and when he unleashes that 100%, oh boy, I don't want to be anywhere in the vicinity. Well, I was considering putting Mob's Master with, that super secret psychic drop kick, but I don't know. I think Mob fits the bill a little better. Guys, I recommend the series. You should probably check it out. For the Berserker Class, guys, come on. I'm going to tell you who's the biggest nutcase that's freaking awesome this season, and you're going to say, yep, Betelgeuse. Didn't see that one coming, did you? From ReZero. Freaking Sloth, Invisible Hand Master. I love this guy. In the beginning, I hated him so much. Every time I saw him, my brain would just tremble. But at this point, whenever he came on screen, I was happy. Even though he's a retarded villain, I freaking loved him at the end. I loved the entire arc with him. And honestly, a noble phantasm that are these invisible magic hands that can crush anything just by touching them. Oh, and they're invisible. Did I forget to mention? Just throwing that out there again. Guys, the guy's freaking awesome, unless you have like witch powers like our protagonist seems to have. However, Betelgeuse is freaking amazing, and his personality is definitely a rather newish one, even as far as crazy psychopaths go. And Anime's got plenty crazy psychopaths, but Betelgeuse takes the cake, and I love him for it. For an honorable mention, I have Alan from The Gray Man, because he's freaking going nuts inside. He just can't trump Betelgeuse. And finally, let's move on to the Assassin Class, one that I was waiting to talk about the entire time. Guys, it's Kita. No, not the Kita you guys are familiar with. That guy from Death Note. He has like this Death Note thing. Yeah, he'd make a freaking good assassin too. But this Kita Yoshigaki is one to fear. He's from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And honestly, his stand is freaking cool. Whatever he touches with his pointer finger becomes a bomb that can incinerate everything on the molecular level, leaving no trace behind. He could shoot out of his wrist this freaking skull tank thing that blows up on heat source, and it's a heat seeker, and is freaking unstoppable even when it comes to Jotaro's Star Platinum, which can flatten anything, or almost anything, I guess. What I'm trying to say is this guy's stand is freaking awesome. That's not why he's assassin, though. He's a freaking genius. He's smarter than any villain I've seen come out of JoJo's thus far, aside from maybe Darby, but Darby didn't really count. He was around for 2 episodes, and he was only good at poker and whatever, and he's only good at gambling stuff. This guy is a freaking mastermind. He was a serial killer for years that wasn't caught, even before he got his stand. And then he got his stand, and things just got even crazier. I really don't want to spoil anything, because he's up there as my favorite villain from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, aside from possibly Dio-sama. And in all honesty, he would make a freaking scary assassin. And as for the honorable mentions, let me just mention stuff quickly. I have that stupid Innocence Heart thing from D. Gray Man, which is freaking unbeatable, apparently. I managed to take down Marshall Cross. Or at least that's what was revealed so far. I freaking hope he's still alive. We have Blood from Taboo Tattoo. I just had to mention something from that action anime, even though, honestly, it was pretty horrible. And Angelo, otherwise known as Avilio, from 91 Days, as he's an assassin that anyone has to fear, except as far as Noble Phantasm goes, he got nothing. Maybe a pistol, and a pistol would do freaking good damage against possibly a lot of servants if he got them by surprise and stuff. No, it wouldn't. Kira is a way better option. Maybe he's less assassin-like and more serial killer-like, but guys, don't nitpick. That's my job. I'm the reviewer. I'm the nitpicker, and I choose Kita from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And since JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is getting another 12 episodes, you can expect next season in the fall 2016 Holy Grail War to possibly have another character from JoJo's on the list. Guys, I bid thee farewell. Don't forget to leave your opinion of the Holy Grail War servants below. I'll see you next time, and if you're new here, by some miracle, don't forget to subscribe, so in a season, you'll know when I put out the fall 2016 Holy Grail War. And of course, let me remind you one more time, I put 7 comments in the comment section with the 7 names of the 7 servants. Remember to click on the one you vote for. If you want to vote for more than one, I will have no way of knowing, so congratulations, you can put 2 likes. But next season I'll hopefully put the victor, and I hope it's a good one. Best of luck to y'all. May the best servant win. Have a great evening.